Hey everyone, welcome back to Today. We're diving deep into the world of numismatics as we explore a coin that has quietly circulated for decades, the USA 50-cent coin from 1983. Also known as the Kennedy half dollar, this coin has seen various phases in U.S. history and holds an intriguing place in the realm of collectible coins. If you're a fan of coin collecting or just curious about its current value, you're in the right place. Let's get started. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1964, just months after President John F. Kennedy's tragic assassination. The U.S. Mint decided to honor Kennedy by putting his profile on the half dollar coin, replacing the Benjamin Franklin half dollar that had been in circulation since 1948. The coin's design was created by engraver Gilroy Roberts, and the reverse features the U.S. seal, designed by Frank Gasparro. Fast forward to 1983. A year when the Kennedy half dollar continued to circulate. By this time, half dollar coins weren't in as high demand for regular use as they once were, and they were being minted primarily for collectors. Despite this, a significant number of them still ended up in people's pockets and wallets across the United States. The 1983 Kennedy half dollar, buffs alike. Let's talk about the design, which remained consistent throughout the 1980s. On the obverse, you'll find President Kennedy's portrait, which was based on a photograph by artist Jacques Lowe. It's a striking image, capturing the youthful energy and leadership that characterized Kennedy's presidency. The reverse of the coin showcases the U.S. coat of arms, with the eagle holding arrows and an olive branch in its talons. You'll also notice the words United States of America and half dollar inscribed around the eagle. Now, let's get to the part that's likely on your mind. The current circulated value of the 1983 Kennedy half dollar. If you're looking to buy or sell one today, here's what you can expect. Despite its historical significance, the 1983 Kennedy half dollar isn't worth much more than its face value in most cases. In general circulation, you can expect it to be worth around 50 cents. However, this value can fluctuate slightly depending on the condition of the coin, its mint mark, and whether it has any unique characteristics that might make it desirable to collectors. Coins that are in uncirculated or near mint condition can fetch a bit more, ranging anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on demand and rarity. But coin unless it has a special error or it's part of a collector's set. Keep in mind that coins from this period were minted in large numbers, so they are still fairly common to find. While the 1983 Kennedy half dollar isn't inherently rare, there are a few factors that might make certain examples stand out from the rest. First, let's talk about mint marks. The 1983 Kennedy half dollar was minted in Philadelphia and Denver, so if you find one with a D mint mark, that's from the Denver Mint. A P mint mark indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. The mint mark on these coins is located right under the date on the obverse side, also. While the 1983 coin doesn't have any major known errors, some collectors may look for coins with unique strikes or other slight imperfections, which can sometimes increase their value to the right buyer. Looking ahead, is there any potential for the 1983 Kennedy half dollar to increase in value? Well, like many coins from the mid-20th century, the Kennedy half dollar might see increased interest from collectors over time. As fewer of them circulate and more are taken out of circulation, or tucked away in private collections, they could become more scarce, driving up their price, especially if they're in excellent condition and part of a special set. For now, the value of the 1983 Kennedy half dollar remains modest, but if you're an avid collector, it's definitely worth holding on to. You never know what a few decades could do to the demand for these coins. As with all collectibles, the key is rarity, condition, and the historical story behind each piece. There you have it, folks. The 1983 Kennedy half dollar may not be a high-value coin today, but it's definitely a piece of U.S. history. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting to collect, it's always fascinating to explore the story behind each coin. If you have any 1983 Kennedy half dollars in your collection, take a closer look. There could be something special hiding in plain sight. The coin's design was chosen through a collaboration between U.S. Mint chief engraver Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparro, the engraver who designed the reverse of the coin. Jacques Lowe, a photographer for President Kennedy, was the inspiration for the portrait of Kennedy on the obverse front of the coin. This portrait has become one of the most recognized images of the late president. The reverse side features the U.S. seal, showing an arrow. The inscription around the eagle reads, "Ununited States of America," and $50. By the early 1980s, the Kennedy $50 had seen a decrease in regular circulation. Coins like the quarter and the dollar coin were preferred for everyday transactions, and the $50 became more of a collector's item. However, it continued to be minted each year for collectors, with the 1983 coin being one such example. In 1983, the coin was minted in large numbers, but it wasn't widely used in regular commerce. However, due to its connection to the legacy of President Kennedy, it remains a collectible item. Coins from this period are often sought by numismatists, face-the-coin collectors, especially if they are in uncirculated or mint condition. Even so, the 1983 Kennedy $50 is generally valued at face value or slightly higher, depending on the content the Kennedy $50 remains. One of the most recognized U.S. coins, and despite its limited circulation, it has maintained a place in American numismatics. The coin's design has changed little over the years, and it continues to be minted, although it is mainly produced for collectors and not for general use. Kennedy $50 from the 1980s and onward are often part of numismatic sets and are collected for their historical significance rather than for their silver content or face value. While the coin's production numbers during the 1980s were high, they remain an interesting piece of U.S. history, honoring a president who left a profound impact on the nation. In today's video, we're diving deep into a coin that might not always get the attention it deserves, but is definitely worth knowing about: the 1984 USA half-quarter dollar coin. We'll talk about its circulated value, history, features, and some interesting facts. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 1984 half-quarter dollar, also known as the Kennedy $50, is part of a long-running series that began in 1964. Designed by artist Gilroy Roberts, the coin features President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, and the reverse shows the iconic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows. A truly historic coin, as Kennedy's image has been on the $50 for decades. Now, when we talk about the circulated value of the 1984 Kennedy $50, it's important to note that it doesn't typically carry a premium in its regular circulation state. Coins like this one are primarily worth their face value unless they're in exceptional condition or part of a special collection. So what's the circulated value of a 1984 Kennedy $50? The short answer: it's generally worth 50 cents. However, the value can change depending on a few factors, like condition and whether it's a special mint mark version now. Circulated coins, the ones you might find in your pocket or change jar, the value is usually very close to face value. In most cases, a 1984 $50 in average circulating condition will fetch between 50 cents and $1, depending on where. If you have a 1984 Kennedy $50 that's seen better days and has noticeable wear, it won't command more than face value. But if the coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning it looks like it just came out of a mint set, then its value might be a little higher, typically ranging between $2 to $5. Coins that are uncirculated are those that were never used in circulation, and they often have sharp, crisp details and no signs of wear. These coins are more desirable for collectors, and they tend to fetch a premium over the standard value. There's another aspect to consider: mint marks. If your 1984 $50 has a D mint mark, it means it was minted in Denver, while an S mint mark indicates it came from the San Francisco Mint. For most collectors, these mint marks are just as important as the coin's condition when determining value. The value of a 1984 coin with a mint mark isn't usually much different from one without, unless it's an uncirculated example or part of a special collection. So, is the 1984 Kennedy $50 a good investment for collectors? Well, it's not a coin that's going to make you a lot of money right away, especially if you're just buying one for its face value. But if you're looking to build a collection of Kennedy $50, it's definitely an important piece of history, and it could become more valuable over time as collectors search for older mintages or high-grade examples. Coin collecting tip: If you're serious about collecting coins, always make sure to store them properly to maintain their condition. Use protective holders like toxwoes or coin flips, and keep your coins away from harsh elements like humidity, which can cause tarnishing. The Kennedy half dollar was introduced by the U.S. Mint in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy, who was tragically assassinated in November 1963. His sudden death led to a national outpouring of grief, and to honor his memory, Congress authorized the creation of a new coin bearing his image. The 1964 Kennedy half dollar was made from 90% silver, but in 1965, due to the rising cost of silver, the Mint began producing the coin using a 40% silver-clad composition through 1970. From 1971 onwards, the coin was made with a copper-nickel-clad composition, which is still used today. By 1984, the Kennedy half dollar had been in circulation for over 20 years. The coin remained a popular, but not heavily used, piece of U.S. currency. Half dollars were not commonly used in daily transactions, as they were considered too large for most people's pockets, and the rising use of paper currency further reduced the coin's circulation. In 1984, the Kennedy half dollar was still made of the copper-nickel-clad composition, and the design remained largely unchanged from its introduction in 1964. However, the half dollar began to see more popularity in collectors' circles rather than in everyday commerce. Although the 1984 coin was a part of the regular minting schedule, its circulation remained limited. By the 1980s, the half dollar had largely faded from common use, and many banks had stopped carrying them. However, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the coin for collectors, and it was still part of the annual minting tradition. The 1984 Kennedy half dollar is considered a standard issue coin, meaning it does not have any specific special features or commemorative value attached to it. It remains a piece of the decadent coin collection's features and the very first purchase to launch a new interest known Mint selective carry employees, Ward and the Mills, unlike this passing trade. The 1984 Kennedy's half dollar series, used primarily for coin collectors and special proof sets. While the 1984 Kennedy half dollar kept the same design as the original coin, there were a few minor adjustments over the years. For example, in 1992, a new obverse design was introduced with slightly sharper features on Kennedy's portrait, but the coin's overall aesthetic remained true to its original design. The reverse also stayed consistent with the eagle and shield motif, maintaining its symbolic representation of the United States today. The 1984 Kennedy half dollar is part of the larger history of U.S. coinage, marking a period when the Kennedy half dollar was being phased out of regular circulation, but remained a key part of American numismatic history. It is a significant coin for collectors due to its role in the ongoing legacy of John F. Kennedy's memorialization on U.S. currency. Though it may not carry a high circulated value, it represents a unique and important chapter in U.S. coin history. As part of the Kennedy half dollar series, it remains a part of American tradition and is often sought after by collectors, whether they are focusing on particular years, mint marks, or the coin's historical significance. In today's video, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin from the U.S. Mint, the 1977 half-quarter dollar, and its circulated value. Whether you're a collector, investor, or just curious about old coins, this video has got you covered. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1977 half-quarter dollar is part of the United States' long-running series of quarter-dollar coins. But as you might already know, the U.S. Mint never actually issued a coin called the half-quarter dollar. This is just a name some collectors use, since the coin represents a fraction of a dollar. But if you're referring to the standard 25-cent coin from 1977, let's look at its design and what makes it unique. On the obverse, we have the classic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design has been in use since 1932, created by sculptor John Flanagan. As you can see, Washington is depicted in a profile, facing left with the inscription Liberty and the year 1977 stamped above. On the reverse side, we have the familiar eagle design, another iconic feature of U.S. coinage. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, representing strength and readiness, while the olive branch symbolizes peace. Quarter dollar encircle the image. So, let's get to the heart of the matter. What's the value of the 1977 quarter dollar today? In terms of its face value, it's worth 25 cents, just like any other quarter. But what about its value in circulation, or as a collector's item? For a coin like the 1977 quarter dollar, its value in circulation isn't pristine condition. A standard, well-worn 1977 quarter that has been in circulation might only fetch anywhere from 25 to 50 cents at most in the open market. Add 50 cents on top on it, and the value can be found 50 times over. Now, if you happen to find one that is in great condition, particularly uncirculated or near uncirculated, its value can go up significantly. A coin in uncirculated condition could be worth anywhere from $1 to $2. In the rare case that you come across a coin in gem quality MS65 or higher, the value could range from $3 to $5. But why do some 1977 quarter dollars have a higher value than others? The answer lies in a few key factors: condition, mint marks, and rarity. Let's break it down. First, mint marks. Coins produced in different locations may have slight variations. The 1977 quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can find the mint mark on the obverse side under quarter dollar encircle the image. So, let's get to the heart of the matter. What's the value of the 1977 quarter dollar today? In terms of its face value, it's worth 25 cents, just like any other quarter. But what about its value in circulation, or as a collector's item? For a coin like the 1977 quarter dollar, its value in circulation isn't pristine condition. A standard, well-worn 1977 quarter that has been in circulation might only fetch anywhere from 25 to 50 cents at most in the open market. Add 50 cents on top on it, and the value can be found 50 times over. Now, if you happen to find one that is in great condition, particularly uncirculated or near uncirculated, its value can go up significantly. A coin in uncirculated condition could be worth anywhere from $1 to $2. In the rare case that you come across a coin in gem quality MS65 or higher, the value could range from $3 to $5. But why do some 1977 quarter dollars have a higher value than others? The answer lies in a few key factors: condition, mint marks, and rarity. Let's break it down. First, mint marks. Coins produced in different locations may have slight variations. The 1977 quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can find the mint mark on the obverse side. Under wings and higher grades can fetch a much higher premium in the collector's market. Lastly, rarity plays a big role in value. While the 1977 quarter is not particularly rare in itself, certain varieties or coins with specific features may be harder to find, which could increase their demand among collectors. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1977 quarter dollar, there are several places you can check out. Online platforms like eBay, Etsy, and online coin dealers are popular spots where collectors trade these coins. You can also visit local coin shops or coin shows where you might find a professional appraisal or even negotiate a good deal. To recap, the 1977 quarter dollar in circulated condition is generally worth around its face value of 25 cents, but in better grades, it can be worth a lot more. Always check the coin's condition, mint mark, and rarity before deciding how much you want to pay or sell for it. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 1977 half-quarter dollars circulated value. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content on rare coins and collectibles. Drop any questions or comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.